Good morning, and welcome to episode 64 of Getting Rich. I'm your host, Rich Checkan, president of Asset Strategies International, and today is Wednesday, February 16th, 2022. Today I want to talk a little bit about being bullish in precious metals. I've been asked here recently why I am so bullish on gold and silver at these levels when we look back and we say, okay, both metals pulled back last year. It wasn't a lot. I think gold was down 3.5%, silver a little bit more, but they both pulled back last year. Both have been range trading for a year or two at this point. After gold made initial new all-time highs in August of 2019, I believe it was, where it hit $20.75 an ounce, they've pulled back. Gold has pulled back, silver's pulled back, and they've just been range trading. And you know, in this environment, why on earth would I be bullish about precious metals? Well, the simple answer is I've seen this before. This is coming into now the third bull market we've seen in precious metals since President Nixon severed the tie between the US dollar and gold. And what we know over time, historically, I mean, gold's been around for millennia. Nations have come and gone. Empires have come and gone. They have ruled and then just followed. And what we've seen over time is eventually governments will mismanage their currencies, right? This is not a surprise. This is something we've seen time and time again. At some point, the governments want to spend more, most likely to ensure some sort of political stability, give the people what they want so they get voted back into office. And when they start spending more than they take in, then they have to make up for it some way. They start printing more currency, or when their currency was in gold and silver, they would clip it. So they would cut off little pieces of it so they'd give out less silver or less gold than it was previously worth the day before. But all these things are basically ways of diluting the currency. In today's modern world, basically we measure gold and silver, finite, rare commodities, with mismanaged fiat currency. So when the governments get in trouble, like they are right now worldwide, what do? They print money. They create money out of nothing, out of thin air. And they ramp up the money supply. And I keep saying time and time again, if you watch the money supply and you see where it's going, you know where gold and silver are going. In this case, the money supply has gone hyperbolic since the financial crisis of 08-09, followed up by COVID almost a decade later. The bottom line is the money supply has increased astronomically, and we use that to measure a finite commodity of gold and silver. And that price will increase. It's economics 101. Now, short term, the prices of gold and silver will move up and down basis news. This past couple weeks, we've seen an increase in the precious metals price because of posturing around Ukraine between Russia and the U.S. And now that there's talk that Russia may be pulling back their troops, we see the price give off a little bit. We've seen the same thing with talk about interest rate increases and what that might, the impact that might have on gold and silver. Let's take a look at the prices week on week. Today, gold is sitting at $1855.70 per ounce. That's up from $1827 last week. It's a 1.6% increase. Silver's up 1.2% to $23.55. It was at $23.27 last week. Platinum virtually unchanged, down $1 to $1,041 from $1,042. Palladium is up 0.3% to $23.54. That's just $8 better than last week at $23.46. With gold slightly outpacing silver by about 0.4%. The gold-silver ratio is up again to 79.09 from 78.81. And the US dollar, although it spent most of the week a little bit higher, just around the 96 level, it's at 95.84, slightly above last week's 95.47 quote. If you follow my logic on gold and silver and you understand a few things. One, it's measured in fiat, and fiat is diluted, and therefore it will take more fiat dollars, euro, yen, etc. to buy an ounce of gold or silver, you know that the future prospects for gold and silver will always be good as measured in fiat currencies. You'll also understand that's why I say I want you to concentrate on keeping what is yours. By doing that, by buying gold and silver, you're protecting your purchasing power, you're keeping what's yours. Now, I want you, as always, to go ahead and follow us on YouTube and leave your comments so we can address them on air. That's how we got today's question. A lot of people were asking, why are you bullish? Follow us on our ASI media. Go ahead and subscribe to our newsletters and our alerts. And please don't ever forget, and now you know why, getting rich starts with keeping what's yours.